they feel that way, and they will have a much better understanding of why you feel that way.
Right.
And that's where we kind of start to knit those pieces together in the grand fabric of America that will one day smother the rich elitists who are trying to divide us.
You've made this podcast so much smarter.
You're way smarter than
It's
we
the
are.
beer we drank beforehand.
Right. We're not called the oligarchy guys. We're the breakfast lads for a reason. We like food, man.
I like how my points that I brought up in that entire discussion were me doing a Trump impression and then making a joke about something. That's all. Because when it comes to this whole thing, I'm just let people protest the way they want to protest.
And that's
If you're not hurting anybody,
Right?
then why
If
the
you're
fuck
not, and that's
cares?
kind of like my philosophy. If you're not hurting, if no one's hurting you directly, I mean, let people do stuff if it's not hurting anybody. If people
absolutely.
are being shitty to each other, say something.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't just let shitty people do shitty things.
Right.
Absolutely.
The stock market isn't tanking.
Right.
Bob's Grocer isn't going out of business because
Yeah.
some NFL guys are kneeling. None of that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
The military isn't losing a war somewhere because NFL players are kneeling.
Right.
More veterans aren't going to die tomorrow because NFL guys are kneeling.
Right.
They're going to
Exactly.
die because we don't have pro-veteran policies and we need them
Absolutely.
desperately.
Absolutely. Now the what do you want to call it? The echo chamber effect. That's so far-reaching nowadays. Just with the advent of technology, even this guy I work with, he came up and he told me, "Oh, I've got all these friends and family that tell me I should try stand-up because he heard I've done stand-up a few times."
Right.
And he goes, my grandma and my aunt and my best friend all say I should try stand-up. It's like, cool, man. I'm one of those people who's like, give it a shot. Because I'll never be the person who's like, oh no, give up on your dream, go sit down. It's like, hey man, give it a shot. That way you can either find out if you're actually good, or if you're like, whoa, I've overstepped my bounds. I should probably get back in the audience, But he's like, all these people told me I should try stand-up, and he's like, you know what I say about how we get rid of all the idiots? I go, how's that? He goes, we should take off all the warning labels on stuff. I was like, oh, that's your idea, huh? Have a good one.
You came up with that all by yourself.
Exactly.
You're like, maybe you shouldn't try stand-up.
Right.
That's,
Right. Maybe
that's what you're working with?
Yeah.
Are you just gonna read memes off the internet? Is that your shtick?
Right. You're just gonna get behind a microphone and go, look at all those chickens.
I like turtles.
No pictures or anything either. You just got to say what's on the meme and let people
Right.
visualize
Absolutely.
it, man.
His first album's gonna be called Vine Kampf. Yes, I'm keeping that one.
Fine comp.
That's how a professional does it, ladies and gentlemen.
Bravo.
I'm done here. I'm saying nothing else. Right?
I came up with Vine Conf. I'll come in at the end.
right.
Thanks
Boom.
for coming, everybody.
Right. Yeah. No. I'll All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to this latest episode of the Breakfast Lads Tribunal. If you've enjoyed listening to this podcast and would like to listen to others like it, go over to questendnetwork.com. They've got a lot of great podcasts and articles. They also stream video games if you're into that sort of thing. They have such podcasts as the Shadow Vein podcast, which is a radio drama podcast. So, I mean, if you like stories of horror, science fiction, suspense, that sort of thing, go check them out. They also have multiple professional wrestling podcasts, such as The Rundown, the Raw Attitude podcast, the New Blood Rising podcast. I mean, you can't go wrong with professional wrestling. Am I right, folks? They also have, and sometimes there's Scotch, which is a fantastic horror review by our buddy Sam. So go check her out. Then they also have the Slasher Sanitarium, They also have the Tuning Japanese podcast, where they actually go through full seasons of some of your favorite anime shows and review them. So go check them out. They have the Reanimator podcast, where anime is thrown in the middle of Reanimator. Love it. They also have the Pwn Stars, I believe I'm saying that right, and Nerd Control. Some great nerd podcasts. And then they also threw in their Perilous Pretenders, which is an actual play role-playing podcast. So gotta love it. You love D&D, you love tabletop games, go check them out. Go check them out and thank me later.